Okay, very good evening, folks. You guys joining with me in Ash Allen Talks, a premium podcast from Dubai right now. And today I'm having a very, very important guest all the way from United States of America. And we're going to discuss a lot of things here based on marketing stuff, because I talk a lot about finance and the business. But when it's come to the business, the sales is a critical role, and how you find the customers and valued customers and how to retain them. So marketing playing a huge role on this part. So in marketing, the current era, the video generations and the content and who like the video and who like to see the video and who need the benefit from the video are the real customers right now in the current era. So how we creating videos and who are the people like and what is the content actually should be. And we have seen a lot of videos in social medias, even X platform, or if you took Facebook Meta or Instagram, you're seeing a lot of videos. Some of videos are hitting hike like 1 million plus. And some videos are, even if it's having a good content, no one is seeing the video. So why it's happening actually? And we will dive into the podcast and we'll discuss a lot about this video content and all. So we're having a very important guest, as I said before. Christine, welcome to Ash Allen Talks.
Thank you so much for having me. And isn't it amazing we can have this conversation when we're basically half a world apart?
Yeah. And Christine, at the beginning, I would like to ask a question, right? So why you more emphasize on video creations and content, and how you divide this path and why you came to this subject?
Okay, so my background is real estate. I spent many years, I started off selling real estate. I went into the mortgage business. I ended up owning a mortgage company and a title company. And my now business partner, she had encouraged me to start doing video back in 2007, I think. And so what I realized, the power of video is that when people watch your videos, they feel like they know you, they like you, and they trust you. And when I first realized that people would come into my office and they knew me and they knew my dog and they knew our staff, and they would just come in like they knew me. And I'm a little off because I'm like, how do I know them? Where did I meet them? You know, you're feeling bad because you can't remember them. But the reality is I hadn't met them. And that's when I really understood the power of video marketing. And like you said, we used to just think of video marketing as YouTube, but now every social media platform wants video. Obviously, TikTok came out. So video, just even LinkedIn. So video just has I think a staying power and a way to relay a message better than anything else. Because what you see is what you get, right? If someone doesn't like the way you speak or the way I speak, they can just decide we're not their cup of tea. But if they enjoy how we have a conversation or the information that we share, they can start to decide if they want to watch additional content. And then if they do, when they decide to book a call with you, they're already comfortable talking with you because they do feel like they're connected to you.
Wow. With that note, I would like to ask Kirsten, what is the mean by this evergreen value-based video content? Because I was thinking about this word. Actually, I think I feel like a lot of my listeners want to know about this term, evergreen value-based video content. What it's mean actually, what it's emphasize.
Sure. Let me give you an example. So we have a lot of real estate agents, and real estate is a great way to use video marketing. YouTube has awesome SEO effects for local businesses. So what I would say would be evergreen is if a real estate agent is talking about the different neighborhoods and the areas. But what I would say is not evergreen is if they're showing a listing that's on the market right now. Because once that house is gone, it's gone. But it doesn't mean it doesn't still have value, because someone might still like watching that video 2 to 3 years from now, because it still gives them an inside look at what the house looks like. But generally, when we think about evergreen content, we're having call to actions that people could use years down the road. And we're thinking about content, again, that isn't dated, so to speak. I guess that's the best way to describe it.
Wow. Can you share some examples of successful evergreen video content campaigns you worked on?
Yeah, we try to make most of our content is evergreen. So meaning that what we're sharing now, although it is marketing, evolves and changes, but we're not doing things that are specific to today's date and time, meaning that If I'm talking to you about, is it ethical to hire a virtual assistant in the Philippines? That video can be relevant today or it can be relevant 5 years from now. So we're creating content that will be relevant later on, because I don't know when's the last time you searched on YouTube or you searched on Google and a video popped up, and the video that they showed you was 6, 7, 8 years old. So if a video is done correctly and has great SEO, that video can continue to be found when people are looking to solve their problem, and you may be the person that pops up. And that gives you a lot of traction. You can record the video one time and it's working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for you.
Mm-hmm. And with that note, what are some misconception about the video creation in a business world? Because I'm seeing some contents like even in YouTube. So we have seen some children doing some stuff, and this kind of videos hitting like millions of views. But in ethical scenario, when we seeing the video, actually that kid might be like 5 or 6 year old. So anyway, they have monetized that video channel, and maybe parents watching that and they have earning through that. So in this case, in ethical way, do you think a children or a child is acting in a platform and trying to monetize? Is it in a good way, or how you seeing this thing?
So I don't necessarily think of it. So I guess first of all, we work with mostly business owners, so this is not our market. But what I would think about, what I thought about when you first asked, do you remember Shirley Temple, the little actress that had the curly hair, right?
Yeah.
So we have had child actors, for generations. So I don't necessarily think it's unethical if the child is treated well, and if they're not being forced to do this against their will, so to speak. So if a child really enjoys making videos and it's something they like doing and their parents are supervising that, I don't necessarily think it's wrong, and I don't necessarily know that it's wrong to monetize it. But again, I don't have children and I'm not really in that arena. So I don't really know how to weigh in on it other than that.
Wow. Christine, I have to ask, return on investment based on the video content. So there are a lot of companies focusing on marketing campaign, and how their marketing campaign main budget should be towards videos and all. So now the AI generation is coming a lot. So a lot of videos are based on AI. For an example, if I have ChatGPT or whatever the kind of AI based technology, so I can use that AI model and I can create whatever the video I want with the prompt. So in the future, when you forecasting, do you think that news readers or actors or actors, these people will still rely on these jobs, or will AI will replace these people? Or how you viewing this point? How you seeing the future from now?
So first of all, I've never in my life wished I was younger until AI really came on the scene. And I was thinking, gosh, I wish I were 20 right now, right? Because I am so excited to see what's happening with AI and where it's going to go. Obviously, it will replace a lot of jobs and it will create a great deal of jobs. So we actually have one of our clients, he's fantastic, but he actually went and had, his silhouette done on a green screen and had everything done so that his team can actually type up a script and it can be produced by an AI that looks like him. And for the most part, you can't always tell that it's AI.
Yeah.
So I think that, again, is that ethical? I don't think there's a problem with it. But at the same time, I think when it comes to marketing and content, I'm not sure how it's going to play out, because people are still looking for human connection.
Yeah.
And, can I have an AI bot or whatever you call it? Could I have someone else having this interview with you? I don't know. What it'll look like in a year from now or 2 years from now or 5 years from now. But as of right now, I think that businesses need to embrace AI where they can use it and not worry as much about being replaced by it, but how can they integrate it into their business model? So that would be my take on it.
Wow. With that note, when it's come to the video creations, so how the content should be. For an example, let's say we'll take the common example that you have worked real estate. So a lot of people have no idea which real estate is this. Do we need to trust this real estate business owners, or which place of land is this? How the value of it, and no one is knows. So actually, so throughout the marketing campaigns, The lot of customers get to know, okay, this is the right portion for me, and I have to invest on this land or building. So that kind of acknowledgement is happened by the video marketing. So in these
Oh,
some scenarios, some people are there trying to do the marketing towards the company only for the showing off or building up a brand. And there are actually really some companies are there, they have to boost up the sales. So the vision and the mission of the video creation is totally different to each and everyone. So how the ethical video creation or marketing should be in a real estate scenario?
well, we really focus on all value-based education content, right?
Mm,
So we really encourage our clients, because they are experts, whether they're real estate agents or they're lawyers who own a firm, or whether they're interior designers, the people that we work with are business owners who are great at what they do. And we encourage them to just inform people, give them information. Ash, if you think about it, think about all the questions people have asked you about finances over the years,
yeah.
right? So if even one person asks a question, that means that other people may want that information. So all
Hmm.
we're doing is delivering value-based information so that it can build that relationship, that know, like, and trust. And that's what we really focus on. And I think with the real estate part, there's really two sides of it. If I live here in the States and I
Hmm.
want to buy something in Dubai, am I allowed to buy in Dubai?
Hmm.
If I'm allowed to buy in Dubai, I might want to find a real estate agent who has a channel there. I might want to watch a
Yeah.
lot of their videos, get to know them, maybe watch several and see who I really feel like would do the best job for me and inform me. And then I would want to come there and obviously see land or homes or high rises or whatever.
Hmm.
But people do buy property sight unseen these days. We saw that a lot through the pandemic. But it's up to the person to decide if they really connect with the business owner and if they like them and trust them. And then I think it's also up to, all of us to do our due diligence before we buy something.
True, true. And what are the real elements of successful video marketing strategy, or what elements should it include, or what informations? Because I have seen some videos are like they have published their product, and at the end point there is no address or no email address, or no, we cannot find where the source of video, because it might come from a third party or a third marketing company, and we have to find that marketing company. Throughout that company we need to find the real person who is behind that video. So in this kind of chain, how you seeing effective video, how it should be and where it should be publication? I mean, it should be a broadband way, or it should be in telecasting in YouTube's and all, or how it's, what is the specific person or team should involve on this video creation?
Right. So with us, like I said, our clients are in different industries. So I think a little bit of a different marketing strategy on the industry. But obviously, it's really important. We do believe that the video should go to YouTube because,
Hmm.
again, it's a search engine. We see all the time now that Google pulls up videos when you search on Google. So it's going to allow them to leverage some SEO. So I think that's the smartest thing to do, is start with making sure you put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And with that, you should have your channel and your description, and you should have your content information on your channel. And then obviously at the end of the video, you want to definitely have all of your information, your website, any information you want the clients to have. And the same thing within the description of the video. Now, if someone else pulls that video and uses it, it's still going to have your information at the end. And
Hmm.
obviously, usually when you start off a video, you're talking to people, hey, this is who I am. I'm Kirsten with Six Figure Business Coaching, and we're so glad to have you watching today, or whatever you're saying at the start of your video. So they should at least get your name and your company early on. But by the end of the video, they should definitely have your end screen with all of your information.
Wow. With that note, I have to ask, let's say based on a real estate, there are registered real estate agents are there, and the resellers and the buyers. But when they're creating the video in Dubai scenario, now from the government perspective, they have introduced a QR code for each and every company or real estate agents. If they're producing the video, they have to paste that QR code in front of the video. So the
Perfect.
people are aware of that this video is coming from an authorized dealer. So this is a kind of a technique that in Dubai they are using for like 6 to 7 months right now. I don't know how the success rate of that videos are, but actually when I feel like when I scrolling like in Instagram the videos, so if I see that QR code, okay, this guy is a trusted person.
Ash, I find this so interesting. I love that the government is are real estate agents in Dubai, are they licensed?
Yeah, they are licensed, and I mean licensed in a sense. They're having a real estate company, so they should
Okay.
be an authorized from that company. They should work under
Okay.
that company. There should be an offer letter or something else. There should be a
Okay.
bonding with that person and a company. So they
Okay.
provide their QR code.
Right. Yeah, here everyone's licensed, so we don't have designated QR codes, but the fines can be really, really high if people don't put their licensing information on all of their marketing documents the way their licensing agency requires. And just like it sounds like there, our real estate agents work for licensed real estate brokers. Obviously, there's all kinds of, liability insurance and things like that. So I don't know that we have a lot of fake real estate agents. We have a lot of real estate agents, but I've never run across a fake real estate agent.
No, it's a common problem happening here because Dubai and United Arab Emirates is a hub. So the people, it's a place where the West and the Asian people are mixing. So there is a lot of people are coming in, going out. So the real estate market is boosting up every day. So the price you can see, like if it's 100,000 today, you can see tomorrow 110. So it's increased 10%. So
Right.
it's keep increasing like in front of the eyes. So it's a very good investment, to be frank with you. But when it's come to the marketing, that is a crucial part and a tricky part. How to find the right real estate agent? So this is the question mark in Dubai and United Arab Emirates.
Yeah. Well, I think here what's amazing is I am still shocked that more real estate agents are leveraging YouTube and video content marketing. So if you look in most larger cities, you might find 2 or 3, maybe 5 channels that are really active with real estate agents constantly, consistently creating content, adding great value, showing up, building the know, like, and trust. So I don't think it's hard to find the right people here.
Mhm.
And I would love to see more real estate agents leverage video marketing because, again, it's just such a great tool for them. So, yeah.
Wow. And I have to ask one more question regarding the real estate. Uh, on a time of inflation, is it a good investment real estate or a gold, or what do you think in an inflation time? Which investment is the best?
I guess it would depend on your situation, right? I don't think
Hmm.
there's ever a time in any market where it's a blank slate of this is what everyone should do. I
Hmm.
always think real estate's a great investment.
Hmm.
So, we have to live somewhere. So I think real estate is a fantastic investment, but I think it would really depend on what you're looking to do with that.
Hmm.
Are Airbnb still popular? Are cities and counties getting more restrictive? So I think it's, there's so many different facets to the real estate market. I think you'd have to figure out in the niche that you want to be in, is it still a valid and ideal time? Are you looking to buy somewhere that's outrageously expensive, like a really large city, or maybe you're looking to buy something in a smaller town? So I think
Hmm.
there's just a ton of different things that play into that.
Wow. With the real estate, okay, we'll talk about the video editing and all. So now the small kids, I mean the Gen Z, the people who were born after 1997 and all. So these people are very good with video editing and video creation, and a lot of contents are creating in YouTube. But actually, they are using AI backend. But we can see the trend that a lot of people have used to work in a corporate culture for 10 to 15 years, and the salary increment like 10 to 15% every year or annual basis. But these kids are used to earn like 1,000 to 5,000, $10,000 each and every day using the video content. So they are very good at video creating and editing and all. So based on this criteria, what do you think about the marketing and using these kids for the marketing?
Well, if the kids are really doing a great job making $1,000 a day, they're probably going to want to stick with what they're doing. You have to think about it. A lot of content creation has to do with that person, right? What kind of content are they creating? Is
Mhm.
it just entertainment? Is it around hot topics that, gossip, that's in the news? What
Yeah.
kind of content are they creating? But I do think that younger people obviously will play a huge role in marketing as we move forward. Most of our virtual assistants are under the age of 30 that take care of a lot of our, video editing and audio. They use AI as well. But so I think the younger people really love video because they kind of grew up with it. So yeah, it'll be
And
exciting to see.
wow. And do you see this video editing and content creation is a basic kind of the level that everyone should have?
Again, I'm not one for blanket statements, so I don't know that everyone should have it, but I do feel like a lot of industries could really leverage video marketing. So again, we talked about real estate agents, law firms. Let's talk about a law firm. They have a lot of valuable information. And, if you think about it, when you need to call a lawyer, it's generally because something not good is happening.
Yeah.
So if you had something going on that was really negative or scary or hard in your life, or you're injured and hurt, it would be nice to go online and be able to see video content from the different law firms in your area, and then see, which of those lawyers do you feel like you connect with? How do you like that? How do they deliver their content? Do you feel like you understand them? Do you feel like you'd be comfortable having a conversation with them? Because that's what video really does, is it builds that kind of connection. But I think that a lot of businesses will start creating more video content. And I'm talking a lot about YouTube for SEO for businesses. But, once you have that evergreen piece of content, you can now break that piece of content up, and you can have content for a lot of different social media platforms. You can send that video out in your newsletter each week. So having one video just gives you a great deal of content. And I'll give you a fun tip. As a business owner, you can take the transcript from your video and you can run it through AI and ask it to write a proper blog post using the video transcript, because
Yeah.
the way we speak and then the way we write are very different. And so it's nice to be able to take a video that was done and then have it written into a proper blog post with headers and subheaders, and and then you can go back and add images to make it interesting. But now out of that one video, you have two major SEO rich pieces of content, as well as content for all of your other social platforms.
Wow. Kristen, I have to ask this question because the social medias and this YouTube and this and all are getting more popular day by day. So what about these mass medias and all, this CNN? I'm sorry to mention those names, but anyway, those are the well-known names, CNN and BBC and CNBC. These news corporations are there. But I have seen some people in YouTube, they have millions of subscribers compared to this mass media. So like 2-3 times. So do you see a contradiction between the trustworthy of the news between the mass media they have, because they're having a right alignment and the right people and they have moderation committee and all, but when it's come to the people who are posting in YouTube and social medias, actually they have to get the first impression from the video and it will boost up automatically based on the algorithm. But the mass media companies are different compared to that. So how are you seeing where to rely on the news? It should be in social medias or it should be the mass medias?
Well, obviously, the mass media has embraced social media, so they are using it, they are leveraging it. But I do think, if you think about it, if you think about a well-known broadcaster, they don't seem touchable. In other words, they seem like they're a different person than us. It's kind of like an actor or an actress that's really famous, where
Yeah.
I think sometimes if you see content that's being delivered by someone that you feel like you could sit down and have a cup of tea with or a glass of wine with, sometimes that's more intriguing than watching somebody who's really well polished. And then obviously there's the risk of, is the information that's being delivered correct? But we know that the media doesn't always deliver correct information,
Yeah,
and
true.
YouTubers are not always going to deliver correct information. And I think that this is where consumers have to do a lot of research and make sure that they're, checking out if they're making any decisions with the information that they're getting.
So we have discussed a lot today based on the cartoon creation and the video creations and how the YouTubes work and how the mass medias, and we compared those both, and how the people react to the videos right now, and where the right content and what is evergreen content and all. So it was a very fruitful and informational time we have got 30 to 35 minutes. And Christine, at last, I would like to ask for the listeners who are listening this podcast from even from Dubai or United States or all around the world and Spotify. So what is your advice for the youngsters and the people who are trying more focus on video creations and the companies who are trying to sponsor?
Well, first of all, I would say let's not just talk to the youngsters, because a lot of our clients are 40, 50, 60, and even 70-year-olds who
Mhm.
have retired from their job, they've raised their family, and now they're starting a business that they love. So I feel like video is open to anyone who wants to use it. Age doesn't matter. So, for us, like I said, we work more with business owners, but just know that you have a lot of valuable information to share. If you're a really creative person, like your friend with the cartoon, it doesn't hurt to go for it, right? My
Yeah.
sister actually is doing really well on TikTok. So, there's all kinds of opportunities to find your path with video marketing. And yeah, we love it.
Wow. Christine, I have one more question, if you don't mind, because you mentioned TikTok. So the bill has passed in United States to ban
Mhm.
TikTok, or they have given the grace period of like 10 months now.
Mhm.
So the election is coming, and I don't know what will happen. So let's say if a bill is passed and the TikTok is banned, they are not ready to sell the TikTok. So what will happen to these creators who have like 2 million, 20 million, and a lot of followers on TikTok?
That I really don't know. You were talking about the news earlier. I generally don't watch the news because it's also negative.
Mhm.
So I would say a lot of them are probably already migrating over to YouTube or finding other outlets. It would be smart to have their content on a couple of places. But yeah, I think there's a lot of money to be made in the US market with TikTok. So it may make sense for them to come to a deal. But yeah, I have no idea what will happen with that. But I do believe one of the things we've been preaching since, gosh, when Facebook first came out, the
Mm,
first business tool they introduced was something called fan pages. And that
mm,
was like the first business page, right? And so that was where a lot of people got burned because they built a great following on Facebook. So they thought they didn't need a website. They
yeah.
thought that Facebook would be everything for them. And then somehow they broke a rule, or somehow they got banned, or something happened that drove the traffic away. So I don't think it's smart for anyone who is running a business to just leverage one platform.
That's Christine. Thank you very much, Christine Graham.
And Ash, I do have a gift for your audience if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we have a guide. It's called Double Your Income with a Marketing Virtual Assistant, because creating videos is really fun, but doing all the back end stuff, the SEO and the editing, even though AI makes that a lot easier now, but repurposing it and doing all the things that need to happen can be very time consuming. So we have a free guide. It's called Double Your Income with a Marketing Virtual Assistant. And your audience can find that at outsourcingforbosses.com,
Mhm.
outsourcingforbosses.com. And they can find me at sixfigurebusinesscoaching.com, Kirsten at sixfigurebusinesscoaching, and that's SIX, sixfigurebusinesscoaching.com.
Okay, I will leave the description below for two websites and all. And the listeners and the watchers who are watching in YouTube can access to two websites. And there's a big shout out for a giveaway here. And thank you very much, Christine.
Thank you, Ash. This was a great conversation. I really appreciate you having me on.